Welcome to another episode of Memorable Moments in Topeka History. I'm your host, Harold Gingrich. Behind every significant moment in history, you'll find an element of human drama. Well, Thursday morning, January 13, 1916, was one of those memorable moments. The fire that destroyed the Topeka grist mill, owned by Elmer Wisman, fueled the editorial passions of Topeka Journal editor and publisher Charles Mattingly. This latest in a string of fires, one of which was the 1915 fire that totally destroyed the first Sycamore Hall and almost destroyed downtown Topeka, stirred Mattingly to launch a campaign calling for citizens of Topeka to rise up and demand adequate fire protection as soon as possible. Well, the residents of Topeka almost immediately got together, and within days, the Topeka Volunteer Fire Department was born. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. No one knows what actually started the fire in Elmer's flour mill that wintry Thursday morning, but the Topeka Journal reported that the building could have been saved, quote, had the firefighters been given anything to fight the fire with. The mill was located south of the railroad tracks on the west side of Main Street, between the railroad depot, where we're standing now, and what later became the Wolf Grain Elevator. Wisman's mill produced a very popular brand of flour known as Big Chief. The fire took place at 9:30 on a Thursday morning. Now here's the amazing thing. It made the front page news of that day's edition of the Topeka Journal. Keep in mind that back in those days, when the type had to be hand set, it was a lot of work. So it's no small accomplishment to have the story in the paper the same day as the fire. Recently, I came across several postcards showing the actual fire and another postcard that showed the remains of the building, had the date on it, and the estimated cost of the loss being at $10,000. Well, as I said, there are several photographs that were taken of the blaze, but nobody knows who took them. We know that there was a photographer living in Topeka at the time by the name of A.A. Fiddler. We don't know where his studio was, but is he the one that took the pictures of the burning mill? Is he the person we need to thank for all the vintage postcards of Topeka from the early 1900s? Well, that's a great question. And the answer is, we just don't know. What we do know is that the residents of Topeka quickly answered Mattingly's call to arms, and with days formed the Volunteer Fire Department. It was actually on Monday evening, January the 24th, 1916, that 40 people met in the downtown office of A.W. Ritter. And by the end of the evening, Iris Pike Stage had been elected as the first fire chief. The other volunteers were then organized into two companies, one in the north and one for the south side of town. Keep in mind that this was all happening around the same time that city water was becoming available in Topeka, which the availability of water greatly enhanced the ability to fight fires. Well, as a result, in spite of the disaster that totally destroyed Wisman's feed mill, Topeka became one of the first small towns in the area to have an organized fire department. And today, the Topeka Volunteer Fire Department continues to serve the community and is one of the finest volunteer departments in the area. Thank you so much for watching. We hope that you will subscribe to our YouTube channel and that you will join us again next time when we take another look at a memorable moment in Topeka history.